Hi, I'm Nicola, and I'm going to show you the steps to make long division easy. So notice in the first question we have one number in front of the doghouse and three numbers in the doghouse. These are the steps we're going to use: divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. So when we divide, the first thing we ask is, how many times can 2 go into the first number? How many times does 2 go into 3? And the answer is 1. The answer always goes on the top bar. And then we go to multiply. Multiply always the number you just wrote down times the number at the front. So we get 2. Then subtract. We draw a line. We bring down the 1 that we subtracted. The next step is B for bring down. Bring down the next number in the doghouse. And now we're going to start all over again with D, but we're down here. How many times can 2 go into 15? We want to get as close as we can without going over. And the answer is 7. Answer always goes on the top bar. And then multiply. 7 times 2 is 14. S, we subtract S. So we get 1. And then the next step is B, bring down. So now we're going again with D, divide. How many times does 2 go into 18, close as we can without going over? Answer always goes on the top. Multiply. 9 times 2 is 18. And look at that. When we subtract S, we get 0. We have no more numbers in the doghouse, so the answer to 358 divided by 2 is 179. Let's try another one. Over here again, we have 3 in front of the doghouse. First question we ask is D. How many times does 3 go into 2? It doesn't go into 2. It's too big. So now what we do is join these two numbers together. So we ask, how many times does 3 go into 20? Close as we can without going over. And the answer is 6. Answer always goes on the top bar. M, always the number you just wrote down, times the number in front. And we get 18. S, subtract, and we get 2. B, bring down, and we get 26 down here. So now we go back to D. How many times does 3 go into 26? Close as we can without going over, and we get 8. Answer on the top. M, 8 times 3 is 24. Now we subtract and we get 2. We have no more numbers in the doghouse, or we would bring another number down. So now this is called the remainder. So the answer to 206 divided by 3 is 68, remainder 2. Let's try one more, and this time now we have 4 numbers in the doghouse. But we're just going to keep following the steps until we run out of numbers. D, how many times does 3 go into 4? 1. M, we get 3. S, subtract. B, bring down. Start again with D. How many times does 3 go into 13? Close as we can without going over. And the answer is 4 on the top bar. M, we get 12. S, subtract. B, bring down. Now we start with D again. How many times does 3 go into 10? Close as we can without going over. M, multiply. We get 9. S, subtract. B, bring down. We just keep going until we run out of numbers. How many times does 3 go into 11? Close as we can without going over. The answer is 3. M, we get 9. Subtract, and we have 2. No more numbers to bring down, so that becomes our remainder. So the answer to 4,301 divided by 3 is 1,433 with a remainder of 2. So you can practice more questions on your own.